Hey everybody, welcome to a YouTube video. So today I'm going to do a tier list. I've been listening to a podcast where they spend hours painstakingly discussing every single item on the McDonald's menu, and so basically, I felt like stealing their idea. I also have kind of gotten hooked on this whole tier maker thing. So let's share my thoughts here. All right. So, first of all, this is an imperfect list. I did not do the work to actually, create a list from scratch. But it's the best I could do with as little effort as I felt like. So there's like this is a stock list that I found, and there's I think some duplicates, and there's probably some missing items. I only added one item myself because I felt like it was pretty important. If I get to the end and I feel like there's additional missing notable omissions, then we'll go for it. It seems like this list is mostly it's mostly like permanent items. The only thing it looked like the McRib is seasonal. Mostly the rest of it was permanent items. I think I have the thing cuts off a little bit there. Yeah, there. That's where that is. All right, and then so we'll just get started. We got a lot of ground to cover because there's a lot of items on McDonald's menu. So we start off with a big one. The McDouble. This one's an obvious S tier. When you get a McDouble that is perfect, that is the ideal McDouble, there is not a better burger that exists. Next, we've got the double quarter pounder with cheese. I don't know the last time I've gotten one of these. It's generally too much for me. And the quarter pounders, I'm pretty back and forth on anyway. So I'm going to put this at a B, but it may drop down to a C depending on kind of how the curve goes. We've got this is an egg biscuit, or I think one of them's, because I think this is one that might be on there twice. I think this is an egg biscuit, which is something that I'm just never going to order. So I think it's not, I'm not offended by it. The egg is good. The biscuit is good, but I'm never going to order it. I'm always going to order something better. Then we got the biscuit by itself. I'm actually more likely to order the biscuit by itself, I think, than the egg biscuit. So we'll throw that at a B, as like I could see myself ordering this, but I have never. I don't remember the last time ordering it. Okay, so now we go to the first item that I worked at McDonald's for a while, and this one kind of ruined this item for me. Not that I would ever order it before, but the breakfast burritos, the ingredients all come in a bag, and they just scoop it onto the tortilla with a piece of American cheese, and then when you order it, they microwave it for you. It's just not it's not something. My cat just ran by. It's not something that I would. I don't know. I just can't take it. It's interesting to me that bacon by itself is on this tier list. I think bacon by itself, as far as McDonald's ingredients, is one of their weakest ingredients. Like, I like it. I like the flavor of it, and I'll eat it, but usually it's a net negative on sandwiches at McDonald's, whereas literally any other restaurant, it would be a net positive. I'm going to put it at C. It could go to D, but I feel like it can't go to D if I could see myself stomaching it. There goes the cat again. She has sat down in front of the camera, so hopefully that doesn't become problematic. So we're gonna come back to that one in a second. So I believe this is an iced coffee. Iced coffee, definitely somewhere in the B or C. Like, I could see myself drinking it. I don't have any problem with it, but I couldn't see myself ordering it. So that's where that is. And then the frappe, which I think this is the only frappe on the list. I mean, I could do a whole tier list on the various coffee offerings. Frappe, I think is an A tier. Like, I don't usually drink it, which keeps it from being S tier. But I mean, first of all, back in the early 2000s, McDonald's rolled out the McCafe stuff, and I think it was probably one of the best like fast food innovations, quote unquote, of the 21st century. They were basically like, oh, Starbucks can do this, well, so can we. And they introduced the idea of these, coffee drinks and everything to a whole untapped market. Really, really great stuff. So one other coffee note, this is the one item that I felt needed to be added. The McDonald's regular coffee. So for a drive-through, for the context for what they're trying to do, McDonald's regular coffee it's the most consistent. It's one of the best choices when you're on a road trip. I mean, I'll get Starbucks probably over it in certain situations, but Starbucks isn't open as late. Also, I have like a huge sense memory of McDonald's coffee. I have this really distinct memory of being a 17 or 18-year-old driving to Solo and Ensemble, and drinking sipping on a way too hot coffee, and it's just like, it might be literally, it's up there with the McDouble as one of McDonald's best items. It might be McDonald's best item. The Big Mac. So here's the thing. I think people who are like 5 years older than me think this is the best sandwich in fast food. I'm not really a fan. I think it kind of goes with the double quarter pounder at a B. It might even be a C. I think it's a C. I don't like the mac sauce. For some reason, I feel like anytime I've ordered a Big Mac in the past, I get the luck that I have is such that the burgers are not fresh, whereas with the McDouble, the luck that I have is that the burgers are fresh. Now, that's complete. There is no science to that. That's complete. And knowing how things work behind the scenes, it's not like they have a different rack for the burgers they take from the Big Mac and the burgers they take for the McDoubles, but that's just how it is. And I think that the middle bun also is kind of a net negative, unfortunately, even though it seems cool to have that club bun in the middle. It's a cool little thing. It's got the no crust on either side and everything. So sausage biscuit, I think, is going to be an A tier. It was a go-to as a kid, not so much as an adult, but very, very, just a very solid breakfast offering. Sausage McMuffin with egg. This is tough, whether it's A or S. I think it's going to S tier unless I see otherwise. This is probably the sandwich that I have gotten the most at McDonald's over the years. Usually the only time I get a different breakfast sandwich is when I'm in the mood for something different, which happens. So yeah, I'll stick it at S for now, but we can see where it goes. It's a very good one. See, this is the problem with Tier Maker. It doesn't have labels sometimes. I think that's a sausage biscuit or a sausage egg biscuit with no cheese. Which is going to be a B. I maybe even a C. It's kind of there with the egg biscuit where it's like, no, I'm gonna get the one with the cheese on it. Thank you. Oh man, hot fudge sundae. McDonald's hot fudge sundae is very good. It's something that I'm definitely gonna get from time to time. Um, Yeah, I think it's up there with the frappe. Let me get the cat out of the way here. She likes to sit up behind me on the chair, so maybe she'll do that now. And if not, you get a cat in the video, which that adds views, right? She found herself a nice little seat, even with the green screen taped to the back of the chair. That's great. Caramel sundae. So I like caramel better than hot fudge, but I would almost never order this. So I think this is at that B tier where it's like I probably wouldn't order it, but maybe. Okay, so the milkshakes. Oh man, milkshakes are probably the one thing that I just can't bring myself to order at McDonald's, that because of because of working there. And it's like it's nonsensical because they come out of the same machine as the soft serve, and I will obviously get McDonald's soft serve from time to time, but there's something about those milkshakes. First of all, yeah, the machine goes through these weird cycles where it heats the milk and cools the milk, and I know it's just sanitation and stuff, but it skeeves me out. And then on top of that, I when I was in training, the trainer talked about his experience one time with a Shamrock shake where they had the calibration off and the syrup was the wrong amount, and it just grossed me out. It just kind of ruined milkshakes for me. The other thing is they have that like artificial thickening to them that a lot about it skeeves me out. So I think I have to stick them at the D tier. This appears to be a steak McGriddle. I think that's a C. It's there with the Big Mac where it's like, I understand that other people like it, but it's not for me. So the McChicken biscuit is one that I have pretty strong feelings on. There's a certain fast food chain that I would never admit on the internet that I will sometimes go to that has a chicken biscuit that when I was in college, in 2013, before they were problematic, I would get literally 3 times a week when I was driving to class. And the McChicken biscuit is just a worse version of that, and not like a substitute, but like the kind of thing where you taste it and it's just every bite you have, you remember that you're not having the better version. Sausage, egg, cheese McGriddle. Now this is an S tier sandwich. I think those two breakfast sandwiches next to each other are two of the best items on the menu. It's basically a matter of, do I want something that is simple and mild and reliable, and has the round egg on it, so it's like feels a little more real, or do I want something that's like a little more decadent and a little more greasy? Those McGriddles are great. And honestly, I've come around on the folded egg. Folded egg comes in a plastic bag, preformed like that. They warm them up on the grill or they microwave them. Whereas the round egg is freshly cracked, so there is a difference there. But I've come around on the folded egg. Like, it's sort of like everything. I don't know. I don't mind that it's pre-made, and I like the consistency of the scrambled egg flavor. Um, this is a steak biscuit, I think. I don't have anything to say about that. I just don't like McDonald's steaks. I might try them again sometime, but no. Okay, so recently I've been getting the McChicken McGriddle, and it is the opposite of the McChicken biscuit, because there's that little bit of spice that you get from a McChicken patty mixed with the sweetness of the McGriddle, and that sweet and spicy is just makes me go crazy. Whether it's A or S, I think it's kind of like the sausage biscuit, where if I'm in the right mood, there's nothing better. The bacon, oh man, that C is getting pretty. I mean, I'm never ordering a bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, I'm never gonna order an egg and cheese, but the McDonald's bacon, it brings it down a tier. Okay, so double hamburger. I go through phases where I am not a fan of McDonald's cheese, or like I just don't want it that night, or I want something simple. And so when I'm in the right mood, I'll get a double hamburger, but it's never going to be a default. Honestly, I think it's an A. What is this? Okay, this is a bacon McDouble. So it's like a McDouble, but the bacon makes it a little bit worse. Also, sometimes I'm in the mood for bacon, so I'll order it, but A seems high. I think it's a B. I think it just, because it also, other restaurants have a better bacon cheeseburger, so it's sort of like the biscuit, the chicken biscuit. McChicken, although I get it plain, is a go-to. For years and years when they were $1, oh, that was amazing. Bagel, I'm never gonna get a bagel. Like, just never. They're like just Lender's bagels, whatever. Okay, so the McRib needs a special tier. I'm gonna put it at A, but it really needs a special tier because I want exactly 3 of them a year. I love it when they come out. I get a McRib and a holiday pie, and it's amazing. But yeah, I want it. I want it 3 times a year. They've kept it a little bit longer this year than usual, and it just I haven't had any desire for it. Sausage McGriddle kind of goes with these other couple of single item breakfast sandwiches. If I'm in the mood for it, I'll get it. This appears to be the daily double. I don't like mayo. I don't know if I've ever had this sandwich. Probably a C. McDonald's lettuce and tomato aren't the greatest, but I can see why people would prefer that. So I just had a fillet of fish the other day that came out perfectly. And I had it because I saw a Reddit thread where someone was complaining that their fillet of fish wasn't, like, the cheese on it wasn't perfectly centered or something. This is kind of a dumb Reddit thread, but a good sandwich. So I think it's probably a B, because I have to be in the right mood for it. Sort of like the caramel. These could probably be spread. Like, I could probably have done an E tier. Might have cleaned things up a bit. I think that the double cheeseburger, I'm only gonna order it when there's like a deal. I think that second piece of cheese is just too much. So it's at a similar level to these other ones. Um, ooh, sausage McMuffin. It's at least an A. It could maybe be an S, but I think I'm going to put it at A. This was a go-to for a long time when I wasn't as big a fan of eggs. And then also I wasn't as big a fan of eggs for a little while, and also it was $1, so it was made a real good breakfast. I'm gonna see if I can resize this a little bit so that I can. I'm probably not editing this at all, so I apologize for the unprofessionalism. But now you'll be able to see all the stuff. Then apple slices, like why? Even if I get sometimes I'll get a Happy Meal, but I get extra fries. I'm never gonna get apple slices from McDonald's. M&M McFlurry. This is a good one. I'm gonna default to Oreo, but man, McFlurries are good. Oh, but wait a second. But now they don't mix them in as well as they used to. Last time I got a McFlurry, they just put this stuff on top. I think that knocks the M&M down one, and as with the Oreo is also down one. Okay, fries. So here's my hot take. McDonald's fries are actually not as good as people say they are. They're only good if they're fresh out of the fryer, and if not, they are they get bad real fast. This picture of a large fry, I can't get, even if I was hungry enough, I would not be able to get through more than half of it before the fries were cold. Yeah, I think it's at least a B. Yeah, I think it's a B. Because these B's are like, these are things that I will eat, that I like, that I will eat, but are maybe not as good as the other ones. C is like more for like, I can see why other people would like them, and then D is I just think they're bad. Egg McMuffin is rock solid. I used to get them every day when I worked at McDonald's, but I just think the sausage is a little better. So this is the only pie on the list, so it has to be S tier. Because it doesn't just count for apple pies, it also counts for holiday pies and strawberry and cream pies. And McDonald's pies are great. I mean, they're just great. Like it's a lot of times I want like a little sweet confection after all the donut shops close, and McDonald's is one of the only options for that, and they are just always great. Not the cookies though. This appears to be a single cheeseburger. It's got to be worse than the double cheeseburger, so it's got to be a C. What is this? Triple cheeseburger? I think that's a C. Okay, now we've got 3 pictures of chicken sandwiches that all look the same. So I think this is the spicy, which I don't like the spicy sauce. This is the deluxe. I think I'm probably more likely to get the deluxe, but minus the mayo. And unfortunately, the McCrispy is never fresh. Like you just can't. Sausage, egg, cheese, bagel. I mean, if I put these steak things that I'm never going to eat at C, I guess I'm going to put that at C. I'm going to have to go through. I might have to go through again and see if we can get those, clean up that C a little bit. I think I got to move the steaks down to D. I'm sorry, steaks, but like there are other things at C that I don't like, but I could see other people liking. But is that a, no, that's a sausage. See, that's a sausage egg, which makes sense there. Yeah, the bagel. I'll leave the bagel there. I would eat one if somebody shoved it at me. The bacon bagel and the steak biscuit, that's just a no. So what's okay? I don't know what I have a feeling that this was like a. I have a feeling that just doesn't exist anymore. So we're gonna stick that at the end and come back to it. I have a feeling that some of those McCrispies were limited time offers when this stock list was made. The Happy Meal as one item is weird, but I will get myself a Happy Meal from time to time, especially if it's free with the app. So we'll stick it there. Ice cream cone is a tough one. Like, it could be S tier. Honestly, I think the way this list is shaping up, I put ice cream cone at A tier, and I put hot fudge sundae at S tier. I think hot fudge sundae is one of the goats. These other baked goods are all D tier. They're all terrible. The quarter pounder with cheese is a solid choice. When I want like a little bit of a nicer option, we'll do that. This is the deluxe. I think these still exist, or some version of them still exists, so I may as well put them on the thing. I think the deluxe is probably at the same level as the Big Mac, where I'm probably not gonna choose it, but you know, I can see why people would choose it. This is the bacon quarter pounder with cheese, which I think goes one level below the regular quarter pounder with cheese, so it's going to be a B. And then the bacon double quarter pounder with cheese, I'm going to also put it at B, even though that's the same as the double, because I think that the decadence of that is kind of neat. So we'll grant it that. I don't think the whole tier list fits on the screen anymore, even on my regular screen. So, yeah. Let's make myself a little smaller. I'm a little guy. And then let's see. I mean, chicken nuggets are S tier. People don't give. I mean, people give them credit, but a lot of people want to have the hot take that McDonald's chicken nuggets aren't very good. Those people are wrong. McDonald's has very good chicken nuggets. They're consistently fresh. If you go to Weird Time, you can ask for them to make you fresh. They don't take that long. They have ample sauce options. Personally, I like sweet and sour, or I'll get barbecue sometimes. And they, people don't remember that they used to not be quote unquote all white meat, which whether they're actually all white meat or not, I don't really care. But when they revamped them in the early 2000s, they made them much, much better. And they're just, they're just phenomenal. It's one of the greatest inventions of the 20th century or something like that. Bacon, egg, cheese biscuit. What did I put? What do I put bacon, egg, and cheese stuff at? If I put the McGriddle at D tier, the biscuit has to be 2. The plain English muffin. Who would order that? Hash brown is S tier. Hash browns significantly better than the French fries. Everything that people say about French fries, they actually should be talking about the hash browns. Hash browns are always fresh. Even if they're a little bit imperfect, they hold up really well. You can eat them just plain. You can put ketchup on them. Whatever you want to do. McDonald's hash browns are amazing. Second to none. What's this? Okay. So which biscuit is this? we put them, of course, they're freaking. I can't put them next to each other. If I do that, are they next to each other? Okay. They are identical, so it's a duplicate. Okay. But I'm sure that one of them is supposed to be the egg and one of them is supposed to be egg and cheese, because those are two different menu items. So I'll just assume that that one is the cheese one. This is a muffin with a McChicken on it. And it's got cheese and butter, which is weird. But I'll put it at B because it's similar to the McChicken biscuit. Another steak is garbage, and then yeah, these were all duplicates. So that's my tier list right there. I think you can see everything. Our S tier. Let me just do a quick look here. S tier, the McDouble, the coffee, the sausage egg McMuffin, the sausage egg McGriddle, McChicken, apple pie, hot fudge sundae, nuggets, and hash brown. A tier. I think that's a B. Sausage biscuit, McChicken, McGriddle, double hamburger, McRib, sausage McGriddle, sausage muffin, egg McMuffin, ice cream cone, quarter pounder with cheese. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, and the rest are the rest. So that's what I got. Hopefully this was relatively enjoyable. If you want me to do more tier lists, let me know in the comments. This is kind of a low effort thing, but I feel like I communicated some of my thoughts and I got this off my chest. So I really appreciate you watching. Until next time, I don't have a sign off for my food stuff. Oh well. Thanks for watching.